Good morning from New Haven, Kentucky. We are enjoying our boondocking site here. The temperature is mild and we were able to turn off the generator last night and slept with open windows and ceiling fans. We are going to start our day at the Railroad Museum, and then we're heading on to Manchester, Tennessee to stay at another Harvest Host site later on. I think we're both kind of excited to see the trains, so off we go. Here we are in New Haven, Kentucky at the Railroad Museum. Person wants their 4 seconds of fame.
Person.
Oh, it's my wife.
Person.
Well, I couldn't tell you. You slid it in so fast. There's a Harvest Host sticker on the door. So we're gonna go check out the museum.
Thank you for reminding me.
Must video this way. So Kentucky Railroad Museum, a lot of trains here, both model and real outside and inside. Very well done, obviously kid friendly, adult friendly in my case. These are HO models here. That is a Lionel there, right in front. Very old and classic. Those are Lionel up there as well. But then I think this is standard gauge, which these trains are just rare and valuable. Let's see if I can zoom in on that. As good as I can. We were the only two people in the museum at this early hour. We were able to roam freely throughout and enjoyed seeing the exhibit. The train itself was really fun to walk through, and we met the engineer who actually controls the Santa Fe locomotive on weekends for excursion trains. He invited us to go up into the cab of the engine, and even though I forgot to film or get good pictures, we had a wonderful conversation with him about what it must be like to be a railroad engineer. We also gained some information from the engineer who lived in New Haven. We were concerned about the route that RV Life had given us to take from New Haven on to Tennessee. More about that in a bit. So it was time to get back to the RV and pack things up and hit the road. As part of our preparation for leaving, we checked the tank levels. 2 days of boondocking on our freshwater tank had taken its toll and it was empty. We developed a quick strategy to call campsites, Camping World, rest stops, Loves, any place we could think of where we could get fresh water. We were getting a lot of "no, we don't do that" responses until we called a KOA campground in Bowling Green, which was on our route. They could accommodate us for a very small charge. Problem solved. With everything stowed away, packed up, and strapped down, it was time to head out of the Railway Museum. In several of our videos, we have mentioned the app called RV Life. We use it for navigation, and it has all the information for our rig, the height and the weight especially. It helps avoid underpasses we shouldn't go under and bridges we shouldn't go over. Last evening, I looked at the RV Life route and compared it to Google Maps, which we always do. RV Life was an hour longer and more circuitous. We couldn't find any information as to why we couldn't go directly through Elizabethtown to the interstate. So back to the cab of the Santa Fe locomotive. We had a conversation with the engineer who lives in New Haven and asked him about the route over to Elizabethtown, and he said that tractor trailers use it all the time and that there were no curves or hills and that it was a good road, so we decided to use it. So with Google Maps as our navigation, we headed off toward our final destination of Manchester, Tennessee, about 5 hours away. We would stop in Bowling Green on the way to fill up our freshwater tank at a KOA campground. The takeaway from this experience was, don't hesitate to ask locals for advice about driving directions. So the route that we're on takes all that time and mileage off of the route. It's still very scenic and beautiful.
And why?
Well, how did we come to the conclusion to trust Google Maps? We talked to a local.
Yes.
And when you talk to a local, they will give you their opinion if they know. And this gentleman has lived here for a long time, and he said, "Oh, tractor trailers take the road. It's a 4-lane highway." So this is what RV life did not want us to take, and we really need to make some time today, or at least not lose a lot of time on curvy back roads. We were on a road last night through Kentucky getting to New Haven, which was scary. We almost bought a mailbox or two on that trip, so it's nice just to be on a wide road for a while and move on.
And look at all the pretty blue flowers. Like people can see them.
They might be able to. Pretty blue flowers. They can see all the corn though.
Beautiful.
I think all this corn is here because of the whiskey industry. I didn't ask that question locally. We didn't do a whiskey tour. We'll save that for the next time through the area.
Yes.
So one of the many valuable lessons that we learned in this boondocking trip is to carefully monitor our water levels. I actually have figured out how much water the shower uses per minute and how much water comes out of the tap and sort of how many times you can flush a toilet. But even with all that data, we did run short on water, and we're fortunate KOA Campground said no problem for us to come in and fill our freshwater tank. They said there'd be a $5 charge, which they waived. The campground was really nice, so we wanted to include some pictures and give them props. KOA Campground, Bowling Green, Kentucky. We added 30 gallons to our 50-gallon freshwater tank. That would be plenty of water to last us for the duration of our trip. It was time to head on toward our Harvest Host location at Beans Creek Winery in Manchester, Tennessee. The Google route took us through Nashville. Our drive through Nashville on the interstate was just as bad as all the other cities, if not worse. A couple of times we thought we would lose the car off the tow dolly. I'm happy to report that the car made it safe and sound.
Finally in Tennessee.
We're on the last few miles of our journey today, heading to Beantown. No, it's not Beantown.
What?
Beantown, that would be Chicago. Beans.
Wait, take two.
Alright, so that really cool piece of farm equipment ahead of us just passed as we're ending our trip today, heading to Beans Creek Winery in Manchester, Tennessee. We had a great drive until Nashville. The roads were just terrible. We'll probably talk more about our interstate system later, but we made it through just a very bumpy, traffic congestion We were so pleased to stay at Harvest Host during our trip. Beans Creek Winery was such a change of pace. We enjoyed a wine tasting and met another couple from Florida who were also staying at the winery. It was wonderful just to exchange stories and get to know new people in such a casual and relaxed environment. Even though the tasting room was going to close, the host allowed us to stay out behind and enjoy the sunset while sipping on our wine. We returned back to the pups in the RV and relaxed for some television and chill time before the adventure to come tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching our video. We really enjoy sharing our experiences with you. We would really appreciate it if you would take a moment and subscribe to our channel. Also, please hit the like button when you're watching the video and feel free to offer comments. And if you think of it, share the videos with your friends. Thanks again, and we'll see you soon.